Shazam is DC's newest film and is directed by David F. Sandberg, and it stars Zachary Levi as Shazam. Shazam is about an orphaned boy named Billy Batson, who is played by Asher Angel, who has been from foster home to foster home, not really forging any kind of connections with the people that he comes into contact with. He is just coming into his new foster home when the wizard Shazam gives him superpowers in the body of super hunk Zachary Levi. He learns how to use these new powers with the help of his foster brother and fan of all things superhero, Freddie Freeman, played by Jack Dylan Grazer. So right off the bat, I will say that this movie is an absolute blast. It's so much fun in so many ways. It's very funny, the performances are stellar. Zachary Levi is taking so much joy in playing this character to the point of it being tangible. His delivery is great, his comedic timing is pinpoint accurate, the chemistry that he has with Jack Dylan Grazer is phenomenal. The way he exhibits the pure childish joy of a teenager becoming a superhero is just absolutely wonderful. That's what I'd say one of the best parts of this movie is, that it's just so full of wonder. It's a special kind of movie that we don't get to see a whole lot of, especially in the superhero genre. It's a movie whose main goal and concern is to just put a big dumb smile on your face. Not saying that I don't love the superhero movies that are released today. Obviously, I'm a fan. But it's been a long time since I've seen one so restrained and personal, with no concerns about fitting into a larger universe or trying to be the most epic thing that there is out there. What I think DC is realizing now, at least from what I've seen from Aquaman and this, is that they need to be setting themselves apart. They can't just be trying to copy the Marvel formula. Where Marvel is trying to take a more grounded approach to its characters and building up its cinematic universe in a way that mimics television and comic book storytelling, each of DC's movies now feel like separate entities. The Snyder movies feel different from Wonder Woman, which feels different from Aquaman, which feels different from Shazam. These are all different movies. One of the main criticisms of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is that the movies feel and look way too similar to each other. For me, that works. I think that it works for what Marvel is trying to do by telling this long, continuous story. But I will admit there are times when I would like to see more of a director's style bleeding through a film. DC seems to not have this problem. Like them or not, you can feel whether a movie is directed by Zack Snyder, or Patty Jenkins, or James Wan, or David F. Sandberg. The director's voice is kept intact. Another thing that DC is doing that I really appreciate is that they're leaning into some of the silliness that is inherent with some of these characters. And I mean that in the best possible way. They're staying true to the source material. I love the way that this movie in particular uses the DCEU and how Freddie Freeman loves all of these superheroes. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. And I love how he uses this knowledge and love of superheroes to not only help Billy learn to use his new powers, but how to actually become a superhero. This movie has a lot of great hero moments. One in particular towards the end is one of the single greatest moments in a superhero movie I have ever seen. I think you'll know it when you see it. The drama is also very well done. Billy trying to accept his place in this new home, him dealing with being on his own for so long and trying to open himself up to his new family, and the search for the mother that he was separated from is all handled very well. And gets pretty emotional considering how light and fun the rest of the movie is. The family and the actors who play them are all very endearing. Look out for Darla particularly. She is adorable and a real standout amongst the cast. Another aspect of the film that I really liked was how they used the setting. It's set in Philadelphia, and I think the way that it references the culture and the mythology of the city is really fun. It uses Philly in the same way that some of the best Spider-Man movies use New York. Now, I've gushed about this movie. I think there's a lot about it that's very good. I think there's a lot about it that's great. But I do have some substantial problems with the villain. I love Mark Strong. He's a great actor. When he's interacting with Shazam, he's very good. I think the way the themes of the film line up for both of them is very interesting. But it's his backstory and the scenes where he's on his own where I think the film stops dead in its tracks. It takes a while for the movie to get going, and most of that has to do with the way that the villain is handled. He's surrounded by actors who aren't up to snuff. The actor who plays his father is overdoing it to the extreme. The actor who plays his brother isn't great either. They both consistently pulled me out of the movie. What I will say that I do like about him, though, is that his scenes give the movie a much darker but still fun kind of Joe Dante feel. Like, there's some low-key, grim, terrifying scenes in this movie that all revolve around him. Despite those problems, I still think Shazam is a solid entry from DC. It's a ton of fun. Zachary Levi gives a great comedic performance on the same level as Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool. It's endearing, it's sweet, it has a huge beating heart at the center of it, and it's exactly what it needed to be. It may have some moments where it drags, but when it's good, it's great. And it's some of the best superhero movie watching that you can do these days. I give Shazam a 4.5 out of 5. Ton of fun, I highly recommend it. The only reason it doesn't have a higher rating is because of some of the villain stuff. But there are some legitimate, like, 11 out of 10 fantastic moments in this movie that you need to see in a theater. For any reference, I took my little brother with me to go see it. We saw it in a packed house. We were all laughing loud and constantly throughout the entire thing. As far as where I'd put it with the rest of the DCEU, I'd say it's probably second to Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's still my absolute favorite, but, like, Shazam is a solid number 2. Could I have used something better to call it than a solid number 2? Yes, but you get what I'm saying. Anyways, what did you guys think of Shazam? Did you have as much fun watching it as I did? Was it maybe too light of a superhero movie for your taste? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share it. If you want to see more, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on my Twitter and Instagram accounts, which I'll have links for down in the description. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.